Hey guys, let's talk about 5 ways you can make your experience with Timeless Adventures much more enjoyable. Now, if you're not aware, Timeless Adventures is a new marketplace map that IBX Toycat and I released together this past week, and it includes a full Legacy-style limited world that fits on one map with all 1.20 and 1.21 features. It includes an entire music disc hunt that you can enable optionally if you want to play a music disc hunt instead of pure survival, and it includes a texture pack that changes your game to look like the old console edition. I think it's very fun. But here are 5 things you can do to make your experience a lot better. Now, the first one is pretty simple. You should unlock the world template options and change keep inventory to true if you're playing the music disc hunt, because I don't think anyone has ever enjoyed losing all their progress on a music disc hunt because they fell off a cliff or got killed by zombies at night in something that isn't even related to hunting for music discs at all. In the future, I plan to make keep inventory default to true when you do the music disc hunt. I just didn't think of it before the map released, so it'll happen eventually, but for now, you can enable it yourself. Number 2, it is best when you start the map to go immediately into the Ancient Valley and check out the challenge book, which is secretly hidden underneath this brick dome looking structure. If you head into the brick dome, down by the chest, and then to this trap door, you can use it to crawl into a secret tunnel. And this secret tunnel has a chest with a challenge book. There are 5 challenges in this challenge book that are very fun and difficult. For example, defeat the Wither before entering the Nether, complete a very difficult Elytra course, find all the smithing templates, defeat every enemy in both structures that use trial spawners while having Trial Omen to play the ominous version, and Zero Break, find all 19 music discs without breaking a block. These are made for extra challenges once you've already played the music disc hunt the normal way if you want to get more out of your money, because it is extra achievements for you to try once you've already played it. If you're wondering, I did test Zero Break in survival and it is fully possible. It's just hard. You also have to remember that you can still place blocks because you can't get over things like the lava moat if you don't have the ability to build. Number 3. If you're exploring Timeless Adventures and you realize that you're just not having as much fun as you should have on a certain challenge, you're allowed to break it. You're still in survival Minecraft. Break as many blocks as you want. Tunnel through any redstone puzzle that is giving you a hard time. Oh, look at that, a secret. Find secrets that I hide in the walls because I know that people should be breaking blocks. This map is made to be played without breaking blocks, but if you're stuck on a puzzle or a parkour challenge and you're not having fun, there's no reason to restrict yourself like that. You are fully allowed to break all the blocks you want, especially if you're doing an incredibly difficult redstone puzzle like in the Mega Jungle Temple. I don't think many people will solve that one the normal way, but that's fine. You can just break the puzzle and move on if you want. You are allowed to play this map how you want. You spent $5. You have fun with it. Number 4, if you are playing with controller, it's actually really fun to go into the settings and enable controller hints, which are renamed to controller tooltips when you have the pack applied. This lets you see those icons on the bottom left of the screen, and if you're on a different platform, they will actually match the console edition platform that you would be playing on. So for example, PS4 and PS5, Bedrock now looks like PS4 edition. Using the Xbox tooltips, or since I'm on Windows, you will get the old Xbox One Edition tooltips. And if you're playing on Switch, you'll get the Switch Edition tooltips, which is the shortest-lived Legacy Console Edition, but its tooltips are still represented in Timeless Adventures. Now, this final feature is a big one that requires a lot of explanation, so I promise you'll enjoy it, but you're gonna have to stick with me. A lot of the Timeless Adventures texture pack is focused on recreating old features from old Minecraft versions. That's why you have different colored potion particles, or outdated bats, vex, and pigmen, or weird-looking horse armor. But the thing is, not everyone probably wants to play with outdated textures, so console So the Timeless Adventures texture pack, which is also console aspects, includes 5 different pack options for you to customize how the game looks. Let's go over them. The one that I'm using right now is called Recommended Mode, so it just has the basic set of textures and everything that you would expect that I've showed off before. Go into your World Edit, and then scroll down to Resource Packs, and if you haven't unlocked the world settings by now, you need to unlock the world settings to change these. Then go under Active, and click on this resource pack, and click the gear. Now we can change to 5 different settings. 16x is recommended mode. 32x is default textures. Let's go over 32x next. Now you might say, at first, Agent, this looks exactly the same as 16x. What even change? Well, 32x is default textures, which means it actually uses the same textures as 16x, but you also get a few extra features. For example, the chat looks different. It's huge gray bars across the screen, so when you sleep in a bed, you get the classic style chat instead of the Bedrock style chat. You also get more item poses. When you're holding swords or sword-like items or tools or anything, it looks correct in your hand and a little smaller instead of kind of weird and janky. That text that appears above the hotbar when you switch items has much smaller shadows in 32x, and it disappears instantly when you switch to a slot with no item. When attacking enemies, they turn less red. Now, this one's a little tough to see, but if you attack a sheep in 16x and in 32x, you will notice the difference in the amount of red that they turn when they get damaged. And finally, particles use proper rotation, which means that something like explosion particles are now always quote-unquote billboarded, which is what it means when they always align with the direction of your screen instead of the direction of the player in the world. Now, why is this even an optional mode? Why isn't this just the default mode? It's all about future-proofing, because unfortunately, once you create a Timeless Adventures world, that is the version of console aspects that you're stuck with. We can't update it once your world is created, so I had to make sure it was as future-compatible as possible. So that's 32x. It's the same as recommended mode, which is called 16x, but with a few extra fun features. Now let's go on to 64x, which is for classic textures. Now, I am not about to steal all of Mojang's classic textures and just throw them into my texture pack, so what you have to do when you want to use 64x is download the Minecraft Classic Texture Pack from the marketplace and activate it. Put it below the Timeless Adventures texture pack, and then change the Timeless Adventures pack to 64x, which is classic textures. Now we have those classic, slightly jankier visuals on everything, but the reason that 64x exists is to fix a few issues with the Minecraft Classic Texture Pack. For example, lava uses the old Pocket Edition texture instead of the old Console Edition texture, but with 64x enabled, you'll now get the correct lava texture when using classic textures. 64x also fixes a few textures that were added after classic textures and just didn't match anymore, like Nylium, which now matches the side of classic netherrack, nether gold ore, which is pretty much the same situation, the Nautilus shell, and a few other aquatic update textures, like the fish textures, get reverted to their old versions when using 64x, and the music that plays in the background will only play songs by C418. You won't get any music from 1.16 or after when using classic textures. But there are still 2 pack options. The next pack option is 128x. Now 128x is special because it is updated mode. Now updated mode is interesting because it's what console edition would look like if the game kept getting updates, because we have new Vex, new zombified piglins, we have updated potion colors, we have 1.18 ore block textures, and we have so much more random stuff like that. There are no unnecessary old textures in this mode anymore, like horse armor now looks updated. Nether bricks use dark textures instead of the really light ones. The sides of grass have more texture, and bats use the new model too. Nothing uses those outdated textures that are in the default mode if you're in updated textures. The final mode we have to cover is 256x, which is Compatibility Mode. This mode is best if you want to use another texture pack with console aspects. For example, we can use the Halo mashup, or I mean the Master Chief mashup, I guess it was renamed. You apply the other pack above the Timeless Adventures texture pack and make sure it is set to 256x. So now we get the color grading and animations and sounds from Legacy, but also with the textures and visuals of the Halo mashup, the Master Chief mashup, whatever. And I think that is so fun because you can use classic ones like Plastic, Fantasy, Steampunk, or new ones like the Sonic texture pack, and they will work just fine on the Timeless Adventures world with no resource pack conflicts, because normally they would have some pretty major conflicts that I had to sort out for this mode. And everything just looks how it's supposed to right off the bat. It's super fun, and if you're a fan of playing a long-term survival world, you'll definitely want to change up how the game looks every once in a while, so this mode is perfect for that. This concludes just about everything I wanted to talk about today from Timeless Adventures. Let's see, is there anything small that I should mention? I guess if you don't like the brightness set to 0 thing, you can set the brightness wherever you want. I always set it to 100 for videos, and the only reason I tell you to set it so low is because of the color grading. Console Aspects makes caves super bright. So if you're in a cave that's supposed to be dark and you have brightness set to 100, you won't even need torches, which, like, this is full darkness right here, and I can still see everything on my computer screen. But I also understand that everyone's monitor is different, so just play with whatever one is most fun for you. You don't need to really listen to any of my rules. You can play this map however you want. If you want to play the music disc hunt in creative mode, just unlock the world settings and switch. I have nothing against that. The whole point of Timeless Adventures is to make your own fun in our little sandbox here, our perfect world. So once again, Timeless Adventures is available on the marketplace for 830 Minecoins. Just search IBX Toy Maps or Timeless Adventures if you want to find it. And thanks for watching. I will see you later.